The Bank Trick is a very well written Rugrats episode. This is the second segment of the seventh episode of the second season, and in this one, Didi has said that she's going to be running errands with Tommy and Chuckie. And Tommy's description of what an errand is, I thought was pretty accurate. And they go to the bank, and Tommy thinks that the ATM is an M&M machine. I will say it did irk me a tiny bit when Didi called it an ATM machine. That's redundant because ATM stands for automated teller machine. So she basically called it an automated teller machine. I know, it's petty, but it annoyed me. However, Tommy mistakes ATM for M&Ms, and I feel like this is the first time Rugrats has mentioned a brand of a product, apart from obviously Reptar, but Reptar's created for the show. So it kind of threw me for a second when they were talking about actual M&Ms. And while Didi is at the bank trying to get a new card because Tommy, trying to get M&Ms from the machine, broke her card, Tommy and Chuckie go wandering, trying to find these M&Ms, and they cause a lot of problems for a lot of people. And it's very well animated. We get to see quite a lot of the bank. We get to see those beams, the red beams, and I have to say the way that was animated looked pretty great. I'm really impressed with the improvement in the quality of animation for this second season compared with the first season. It's definitely a lot sharper. Everything just looks a little bit neater as well. And Tommy and Chuckie get into quite a lot of a little bit of a pickle, and Didi, meanwhile, every now and then it cuts back to Didi and she's just answering a really ludicrous question, and it just gets worse and worse, and it's really well written. My favourite quote in this, and I quote directly, Didi is answering the bit on the form that asks about her blood type, and she says, "I think I'm A negative, but I'm not positive." And it was so cheesy. And I loved it. I just thought it was brilliant. And from that point on, it was so well written. A very well developed narrative as well. And very well animated. No complaints at all. Well, other than calling it an ATM machine, because the machine part is redundant. But aside from that, it's a good episode. I don't remember the bank trick at all. So this is one that I'm watching, in theory, for the first time as an adult. And obviously, we have the nostalgia of the characters and the music and the animation style. No nostalgia for the story, but I still think it was a decent narrative, well written, quite funny in parts, and definitely one that I rather enjoyed.